Hey, hello, I'm Una. Welcome back to my channel. I have to film this video really quickly. It is my Stardew Project Pan, Stardew Valley Pan update. I finished the fish tank, so I'm going to talk you through that really quickly, and then I'll intro my new room, which is the boiler room, which is only 3 items. Thank goodness, I need a little bit of a break. And then I'll also talk about my challenge item, and yeah, the thing goes fine. I'm a little bit short, but that's okay. So, first up in the fish tank bundle was River, which was like round, wide round pan. I picked this blush. This is, oh my gosh, this is a lake. River was something. Liquid. I picked this blush, Cloud Paint in Dawn, and I used it 12 times. I actually really enjoyed this. I figured out how I bought a brush recently, and that's like how I applied this, and it was so good. It made my cheeks look so like juicy and wonderful, and I really enjoyed this, so I'm so glad I put it in. Next was Lake, which was a big round product. I picked this other blush, Always Rosy. I don't think this looks changed at all, but that's fine. I used it 12 times as well, exactly. I think I might have, no, anyway. Yeah, 12 times was the amount of uses that it was required, so basically everything is 12 times. These actually finished earlier than I thought I would. This update's like way later than it needed to be because I was traveling, but I thought those were going to take me a while, but I managed to get through them. I'm honestly not sure how I did, because 2 different blushes, very different tones. I only wore them together like maybe twice, so I don't know. Anyway, next was Ocean, which was something that reminds you of the ocean. This is the all the lettering has worn off. It's in Shaka. It's like, it was the coconut lip thing. Anyway, it's worn down quite a bit. I've actually worn this 16 times, so yeah, I enjoyed this. It was nice. I've like gotten used to it now. I know that I like it and I know what it does, which is nice. Next is Night, which was something you'd wear at night. This is my steel liner. This actually I'm going to call an empty because I could barely get anything out of it. It's also very old. It might have dried up, but we're gonna call it an empty because I did wear it 12 times. I got a good amount of use out of it. I have gotten lots of use out of it before, so empty. Next was the Crab Pot bundle, and this was something red, and I chose my favorite red. It's a banger from ColourPop, and yeah, I wore this 13 times, and this is the funny thing about blushes, because I had 2 blushes, but I wore this as a blush like 4 days, so I don't know where all the time went. I don't know how I wore that much blush, but yeah, this was fun. It's definitely like got a pinky undertone. It was cool to wear as a blush. I don't like love it as a blush, but it's a good way to wear it. Also, sorry about the light reflecting weirdly on my face. And then finally, the specialty bundle was something like limited edition or special packaging. I chose my pressed powder highlighter in Coronation, and I used this 15 times in this project. You can see there's like a decent amount of disturbance in the middle. I've actually used it another couple of times in another project that I've started since then, so lots and lots of use on this guy, which is great. Okay, for my challenge item, I chose this cream colored powder eyeshadow from my Magic Mini palette that I have depotted. I will say, I didn't quite realize this, but this has cracked, and I can now see that now that I've started using it, and I have tried to use as much of the product as possible, but some of it has cracked and fallen away, and there's like lots of powder everywhere. But this is what it's looking like now. It was pretty, like there was a dip, but it was pretty untouched, so I'm not going to bother showing a comparison picture. So I'm not counting this as pan yet because I can tell that the parts where I can see pan are like a chunk away from the actual rest of the eyeshadow. So until, it's like very close to pan though, until I wear down the other parts of the middle to like flat with the pan, I'm not going to call this a pan officially. But I've made a lot of progress. There's a chunk here that kind of crumbled up that I used. So I've used this a ton. I've used it 18 times, which is great, or 19 times, which yeah, is pretty good. I will say it's a little bit darker than the other shade I had been using, so I have to use it a little bit less than I would have liked, but it's whatever. Okay, next thing. This video is going to be so short, but hey, people barely watch it anyway. So the boiler room is 3 bundles and it's 14 uses each, so These might take a little bit, we'll see. I have planned out, theoretically, my updates for this being every month, but usually they've been faster than that, so it'll probably be fine. Okay, the blacksmith bundle, I believe, was something black. I honestly don't know. It could also have been a potted liner, but either way, I decided to go with this e.l.f. black gel liner in a pot. I have barely used it. You can see it's definitely disturbed on the surface, but it's like completely full. I'm actually panning a black liner, so it's not ideal to be using this, but I want to get some use on it. It's only 14 uses, so in the grand scheme of the year that I'm panning the other eyeliner, I'm sure it'll be fine. And this has been untouched for probably over a year. So, yeah. Next is something sparkly for the Geologist Bundle, and I chose the shade from Terra Moon's Palladium, which doubles as being like a, you know, a fancy metal thing that geologists would actually use or know about. I'm so bad at explaining this. It's just a really pretty, like, kind of cool tone pink light shimmer. It's very sparkly. I swatched it, but the light's really bad, so you can't really tell. Yeah, and I'll be using that 14 times. And finally, something out of your comfort zone for the Adventure Bundle, I decided to pick a duochrome highlighter. This one in the shade Eclipse, which is the least out of my comfort zone, probably, of this palette. But I have worked on this palette as a whole a couple times, so I thought it would be nice to focus on one thing from it. Even though it's kind of double dipping in this project, but that's okay. This is like a pretty nude duochrome, but it is like a kind of pink, yellow, gold kind of duochrome. It definitely doesn't look like a natural in any way, so yeah. Those are my 3 new things. The eyeshadows are in here. Anyway, so now I only am working on 4 things from this project, which will be nice because I just started the Graveyard Project plan, which is 6 more things, and I just want to let everything settle out a little bit. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be able to work through these pretty quickly. They're very different products, so they're not going to be overlapping a ton like I had last time, and also I won't be traveling, which definitely delayed this update a while, even though nobody really watches this series, which is fine. It's just very fun to make. But yeah, check out the creator on Instagram at LadyPansAlot, and all the other people doing the project. The hashtag is Stardew Valley Pan, and yeah, I will see you in approximately a month. Bye!